This is one of Michelle and my favorite people, our executive pastry chef, Bill. We call Bill the CRUSTMASTER because his pies, I don't know what he does, whether he puts crack in them.
Now the saga continues for me today, trying to make flaky pastry dough. I'm always prone to failure with this. With the pasta stonata, I can never get it flaky. It always feels like pizza dough. Apple pie, the crust is a bit tough. It's crapola. I've got to get to the bottom of it. So I dug up this Obama crack pie recipe. I'm gonna give this a shot. It's not crack, it's nectarines. It's a flaky nectarine pie. First thing to do is cube a whole bunch of cold butter. Put this into the freezer for 10-15 minutes. It needs to be chilled. Let's get this crust started by adding my flour, sugar, and a pinch of salt. Give this a thorough mix. Cream together my cubed butter with some heavy cream. Good enough. What I'm gonna do is add my butter into 1/3 of the flour mixture. And then I'm gonna be pinching it together with my fingertips. Incorporating the flour into the butter. Add some more flour. Add some more flour. You want that butter to remain cool. So you use your fingertips because they have less heat than the rest of the parts of your hand. You want to keep that butter as cool as possible. Okay, I think we're getting close here. I need to work this until the dough can hold together. Now put your dough onto a lightly dusted work surface and you're going to knead it into a round ball. We're going to cut this dough in half. Wrap it up in plastic wrap and then flatten them into discs. Put this in the fridge for 2 hours. I've been meaning to make this recipe for a while now. It's just I've been waiting for nectarine season. I was finally able to find some. I don't think it's nectarine season just yet. This one feels like you could chuck it through a window. This one feels okay. What we're gonna do is cut these up into 1-inch chunks, leaving the skin on. So obviously you're gonna wanna take the pit out. I'm also cutting out this really rough patch where the pit used to be. You don't want that. One-inch chunks. You'll need a lemon. Cut this in half. Sugar. Tightly packed brown sugar as well. I've been in sugar withdrawal the last couple weeks as I haven't really done sugar intense recipes. That's about to change. And just a tiny pinch of salt. Mix that all together. Macerate for half an hour.
Especially with reference to food. Soften or become softened by soaking in a liquid.
So we're gonna let this macerate. Half an hour. Cornstarch. And we're gonna add some vanilla. Mix all this until that cornstarch is completely dissolved. We're gonna set this aside until we need it. Now we're gonna get the pie crust out of the fridge. Now it's been in here for like 3 hours. Flour our surface. We gotta roll this until it's 1/4 inch in thickness, but it's hard as rock. I know. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Do you have to wait for it to thaw? Oh, you're supposed to wait 10 minutes for this to become room temperature. So easy there, Tiger. I have some really cold water here. Really cold. I'm finding this dough is a bit too dry, so I'm just spritzing it. Little water. Now I'm gonna try to roll it out and see if that works. I'm just having some trouble here. And you fold it. And it needs to be the thickness of 2 coins, like so. I saw this in a video. Let's see if this works. Gentle. Check out the overlap. I think that's good. Freeze your dough in your pie dish for an hour. Here's the top layer. Okay, this is the best thing I could find that would support this lid. This needs to go in the freezer with this. Next up, things are gonna get a bit funky. Take some tin foil. And we're gonna pour some rice into the tin foil, into the pie dish, and this is gonna act as a pie weight. Now that's gonna act as a pie weight. We're gonna put this into a preheated oven for half an hour. Smells like baked rice. Ooh, it's not looking too shabby. Brush some of your egg wash along the perimeter of this bottom pie crust. You're also gonna wanna remove any rice. Remember this? We're adding this into the pie crust now. It's go time. There's actually quite a bit of liquid in here. I'm gonna pour a little bit of that juice in there. Not a lot, just a little. Okay, we gotta get that top layer. Okay. Now I'm pushing down on the edges of this pie crust, making sure that there's no excess anywhere. You don't want that. Pushy, pushy, pushy down. It's pretty good. I'm gonna cut off the really offensive ones, or just rip them. Both work. This whole thing is super fragile. Every time I push it down, it cracks a little bit. I don't really know if when you throw it in the oven, will that repair itself or will it be broken when it comes out? I don't know. Let's just try to make it as presentable as possible. And remember, Jamie, you're happy you made it this far. See those slits in the pie on the top? I'm gonna try to replicate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Little egg wash on top. Now for the final piece, a little sugar. Ooh, we've made it this far. I think it looks pretty good. It's hard for me to know how it's gonna look when it comes out of the oven, but right now I'm pleased. What you're gonna do is line a baking sheet with aluminum foil. I don't ask questions, that's what the recipe says. You're gonna put this into a preheated oven for an hour until it's deeply golden and you can see the juices bubbling out of these slits. Okay? Okay. You're gonna wanna put this in the middle rack of the oven. Whew. So 1 hour. 1 hour. I'm at this point in the process now where I'm trying to figure out, should I take it out 10 minutes early? Is it golden enough? Has it been baked all the way through? Should I leave it in the whole duration? It's these decisions you gotta make. actually the most excited I've been in a while to try something that I've made. I have no idea how this is gonna taste. Never had a nectarine pie. I've never made flaky pie crust. Bottoms up, dude. It's like the lightest pie I've ever had. I'm not joking. Is it flaky? Yes, it goddamn is. It's the flakiest pie crust I've ever had. The CRUSTMASTER. Look at this bite. Of all the things I've made recently, this may be the one I'm most proud of. This is a perfect pie, in my opinion. Look at the mess I'm making. I think if you make a mess with your crust, that's a good thing. And this filling, man, the filling complements this crust. It's not too sugary, it's not too sweet. I don't know what to say about this pie, man. This is perfect. I've been holding back on this recipe for a while just because I didn't think I could pull this off. And now I'm looking at this and I see the flakiest pie crust I've ever seen. So it's possible. It's possible. If there are any tips that I could offer you guys in regards to making flaky pie crust, keep those ingredients cold. Keep everything as cold as possible. That goes for the butter, the water when you're spritzing it. Obviously, in between the rolling and the kneading, keep the dough in the fridge or the freezer as long as possible. And for the rolling and the kneading and the mixing, make sure you do all that up into a certain point and then call it quits. You don't want to over knead it. You don't want to overwork that thing. You want it to maintain a shape, and then you stop. I mean, that's what I did. And I think that is the key to a successful flaky pie. Would Obama want a piece of this pie? Would he call me the CRUSTMASTER?
CRUSTMASTER.
Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I very much appreciate it. If you liked it, make sure you're subscribed. You can comment down below, you can like this video, and you could tag me on Instagram if you end up making that flaky pie crust. The choice is yours. I'll see you soon. Bye.